Celtic broke their own 100-year-old British record by stretching their unbeaten domestic run to 63 matches with a 40 victory over St Johnstone. Scott Sinclair, Moussa Dembélé and Olivier Ntcham were on target, and Stephen Anderson netted an own goal as Celtic strolled to 3 Scottish Premiership points at McDiarmid Park. St Johnstone were the last Scottish team to beat Celtic, on May 11, 2016, in Ronnie Deila''s penultimate match in charge. But the Perth side had not scored in 5 matches before the visit of Brendan Rodgers' men, who are a different proposition from the team managed by the Norwegian. The victory was as one-sided a game as Celtic have enjoyed during an 18-month spell of invincibility in Scottish football. St Johnstone were not helped by the absence of Brian Easton, Murray Davidson and Chris Miller through injury, and Michael O'Halloran was only fit enough for the bench, coming on for pre-match doubt Stefan Skugel just before the hour mark. Celtic named the same team that ran Bayern Munich close in a 21 Champions League defeat on Tuesday, and there was little sign of fatigue. James Forrest, Dembélé, Callum McGregor and Sinclair saw shots held by Zander Clark as Celtic pushed their hosts back, and Sinclair almost got in following a net woe with Dembélé. The breakthrough looked inevitable, and it came from a 28th-minute corner. Stuart Armstrong delivered a low ball into the heart of the penalty box, and Sinclair read his intentions before firing a first-time strike into the roof of the net from 12 yards out. QA40 players Celtic have used since the run started in May 2016 won Logan Bailey, Jamie McCart and Stefan Johansson featured in one game of the run. 59 most appearances made by Craig Gordon, 15 yellow cards received by skipper Scott Brown, 6 Gordon, Michael Lustig, Brown, Stuart Armstrong, Callum McGregor and Scott Sinclair featured in at least 50 games. 56 number of wins accumulated during the 18-month run. 183 number of goals Celtic scored. They conceded 35. 7 players who scored in first game of the run, a 70 thrashing of Motherwell in Ronnie Deila''s final match. 33 goals scored by Moussa Dembélé against Scottish teams 16. Age of youngest player to feature. Jack Aitchison was 16 years and 67 days old when he made a goal-scoring debut against Motherwell in Game 1 of the streak. Thank you for your feedback. Armstrong and McGregor came close with curling efforts, and St Johnstone's only first-half shot on target came from 35 yards out, Craig Gordon grasping Blair Alston's free kick after initially looking troubled by the bounce. There was no let-up after the break. Clark spilled shots from Kieran Tierney and McGregor but managed to gather. Forrest threatened twice, and substitute Tom Rogic had a shot saved before Dedrick Boyata's header was cleared off the line by Aaron Comrie. It was almost too easy for Celtic, and they showed a bit of slackness to allow Richard Foster and Stephen McLean decent openings, but they failed to make the most of them. Celtic appeared to be stung into shifting gears, and they did so quickly and effectively with 2 goals in 3 minutes. Dembélé put Saints on the back foot with a lovely flick to set Tierney racing down the left, and the Frenchman was on hand to stab home after the overlapping Armstrong drove the ball across the 6-yard box. The striker then skipped past Comrie and aimed a cut back for Sinclair before seeing the ball hit off Anderson and Trundle over the line as Celtic went 3 up with 15 minutes left. And substitute Ntcham drove home from 20 yards in the 89th minute after a brilliant passing move to seal a record-breaking result.